A couple sits in my office 6 months after the affair, and one of them says, I thought it would be better. And the other one says, I thought you'd be over it by now. Right there, in that moment, they're about to turn on each other. Not because they don't care, but because both of them believe the other one is doing this wrong. And that moment, that's not just where couples struggle. That's where couples start breaking again. So let me say something clearly. If it's been months and it still hurts, nothing is wrong with you. You are not behind. You are early. And if you treat this like it should already be over, you will start blaming each other instead of healing together. Because healing from infidelity is not just about time. It's also, but not only, it's about conditions. And there are 5 factors that will decide whether you heal or stay stuck in this for years. One of them is probably exactly where you're stuck right now. Before we get to the 5 factors, I want to challenge something most couples believe. Most couples come in saying, we just want to go back to how things were. I hear that. I really do. But here's the thing. If you could go back, you'd be going back to a relationship that couldn't hold what happened. So the goal is not to go back. The goal is to build something that can hold this. I know that's not what people want to hear, but the couples who accept this move forward. The ones who don't stay stuck asking, why aren't we normal again? There is not going back to normal. There is building something new. And honestly, that's a more honest relationship. So let's look at this. Factor 1. It's about what actually happened. I need to slow this down because people say an affair like it's one thing, but it's not. Was it a one-night stand? Was it months of connection? Was there emotional intimacy? Was it only emotional and not physical? Because those create very different injuries. And here's the part that surprises people most. The deepest pain is not always the physical part. The deepest wound is this moment. What I believed wasn't real. That's why people say, I feel like my whole reality just shifted. That's not just hurt, that's disorientation. And disorientation takes time to heal. Before I go to factor 2, I want to ask you something. Because what I'm about to say is the most important part of this video. And I want you in it, not just watching it. So think about the last time this came up between you. When your partner brought it up again, or you brought it up again. What happened right after that? Did one of you pull away? Did one of you say, can we not do this right now? Did it turn into a fight? Hold that image, because factor 2 is going to explain exactly what's happening in that moment. This is the biggest one. I've seen couples with long-term affairs heal beautifully. And I've seen couples with just sexting stay stuck for years. This difference had almost nothing to do with what happened and everything to do with the response after. Here's what slows healing down. Minimizing. It wasn't that big of a deal. Defensiveness. You're always bringing it up. Can we move on already? And here's what speeds it up. I see what this did to you. Staying in the conversation, even when it's painful. Consistency over time, not one big gesture. Because what the betrayed partner is really asking every time they bring it up is this. Are you really here with me in this? Or do I have to carry this alone? And can I trust you again? If they feel alone in this, everything slows down. If you only remember one thing from this video, make it this. The affair is not what breaks most couples. The response after the affair is what breaks it. And that means it's not too late. because the response is something you can still change. If you're the one that had the affair, I want to speak to you for a moment because this part is exhausting. You're trying, you're showing up differently, and you're still thinking, what else do they want from me? And here's the answer: they don't want perfection, they want presence again and again for you to show up, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you think you've already said it. That is what rebuilds trust. And there's something else that matters here. If you're telling yourself, it wasn't physical, it didn't mean anything, you might genuinely believe it. But if your partner experiences it as betrayal, the reality is what matters in the healing, not your intention, their experience. If that's not fully accepted, repair becomes much harder. Stay with me because factor three is the one most couples never even consider. And it's the one that explains why, for some people, the reaction feels way bigger than the situation. Why they feel like they're going crazy. Why they can't stop even when they want to. This one is factor three: history. Sometimes the reaction feels overwhelming, even to the person having it. But it's not just about what's happening now. It's about what this brings up for them, what it connects to. Past betrayal, never feeling fully chosen, fear of abandonment that goes way back. When this happens, the feeling becomes, this always happens to me. And now you're not just healing this relationship, you're healing something older from your past. That's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of how deeply the nervous system has learned to protect itself. And it deserves to be understood, not rushed back. Factor four. And this one surprises people. Sometimes it hurts more when the relationship felt strong and good. Because then the question becomes, how did I miss this? Where were the signs? What did I ignore? Was any of it real? And that creates something deeper than pain. Loss of certainty. When you lose certainty in your own perception, that takes time to rebuild. And it has nothing to do with being naive. It has everything to do with being human. And factor number five, your environment. Healing needs space. It needs bandwidth. And if your life is full, kids, work, financial stress, everything pulling at you, there is no room for processing. So couples think, why aren't we moving forward? But the truth is, they don't have the capacity right now. It doesn't mean you wait until life slows down. That will never happen, right? Life never slows down. It means you create small containers for healing intentionally. Even 20 minutes in the right space changes things. Remember what I asked you earlier about the last time it came up between you? Now that you've heard all the five factors, which one actually is happening in that moment? Was it history? Was it the response after? Was it environment? No space, no bandwidth. Hold that, because naming it is the first move. You can't change what you haven't named. So when does it get better? Here's the honest answer. Every couple is different. Everyone has their own timeline, but usually 3 to 6 months is only the beginning. Your nervous system is still protecting itself. 1 to 2 years, this is active healing. You're building something. You're doing the work. 2 years and beyond, this is integration. It doesn't mean forgetting. It means the experience has found a place inside you. And what changes along the way? It stops controlling your day. You don't wake up in it constantly. Your body settles. You stop scanning for danger in every interaction. It becomes background, then memory, then part of your past. Before I close, I want to redefine healing because the version most people carry is wrong. Healing from infidelity is not a straight line. It's not a timeline you control, and it's not a test of whether you love each other enough. It's a process, and like all real processes, it needs the right conditions.